Okay, this type of printing is called marbling. So what you're going to do is pour in some water to your tray that's about as deep as your thumb. And then you need to drop this little round dot into the water. Then use your paintbrush handle and sink that dot, and then wait for it to float up to the surface. As soon as it floats to the surface, you can start this process. So you're going to be taking these inks and dripping it one color onto that dot at a time. And you want to get that one color right on the dot. Okay, as soon as it touches that dot, that color is going to start to puddle on the surface. And as that dot moves around, the color is going to come off the dot and appear on the surface. Now you can't see the red so well because the container's red, but now I'm going to pick another color. So I might work my way around the color wheel this way. So I'm going to do an orange, aim for the dot. Now the orange is going to show up better. You can see the ink is coming off of that dot and is starting to pool on the surface. So I can push that with the handle of my paintbrush to make the orange go other places. I can kind of spin that with my brush and watch how the orange starts to spiral. I might move it back this way to break up this color some. So more of the red comes back into it. I could just drag the stick of my brush through these colors to make them spin a little more and mix up a little more. And now I might do just the yellow to finish. Aim for the dot. Once it hits the dot, the color is going to start to come off the dot and puddle on the surface of the water. Then you might do any last little spin or drag through the color with the handle of your brush. You can move that dot around. You want that surface to look really swirly on top. You might not be able to see it well from there. I'm going to see if getting closer to the screen might help. You can see these kind of swirl up. Then I'm going to scoop that dot out, but I'm not going to throw that away. I'm going to set that on my mat because the next student's going to use the exact same dot. Now I'm ready to do some printing. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of newsprint, and I'm going to set that right on the surface of the water until all the water absorbs. The newsprint's going to change color, and then I'm going to pull this off. And you can see that this swirled with the yellows, the reds, and the oranges. Made a really cool print. So you can typically get 2 prints from 1 dot of color. So I'm going to set another piece of paper on top, let that absorb, pull that away. And it's a lighter version, but it did make a marbling print. So I'm going to set that on my messy mat to dry. And then I'm going to go to the next printing station and try a different method. So what I want to make sure is I don't lose that little dot. So do not throw this dot away. You could just leave that kind of up there next to your inks. You're going to take this container, you're going to dump your water out inside the big white bucket so the container is empty and ready for the next student to come behind you.